Hey, and thanks for stopping by. Normally, my videos have to do with things I've done to my vehicles or other improvements, just things along the car line. But if you've looked at some of my other videos, you'll see that I do other videos of things that interest me, and this happens to be one of those. Also, normally not in front of the camera. Hope to not be here for very long because if you're watching this video, it's probably about something you want to learn about or see what it is I'm talking about. But a little background. Over the last year, I've picked up a hobby, and that's watches, buying and trading, selling, swapping. It's a hobby that is kind of fun once you get into it. I didn't get into it to make money. It's been an appreciation of all things mechanical, and watches have been around for hundreds of years, and they're pretty cool. If you look at and understand what makes them tick, pun intended, um, it's pretty interesting. It's a history that has been around, like I said, for hundreds of years. It's very, it tends to my mechanical inclinations. So, what have I learned on the journey? Well, I think like most people, when you get into watches, if you've never been around watches, what are the ones you've heard of? Off the top of your head, you can probably say, well, I've heard of Rolex. Who hasn't? They do a great job of branding, and if you've paid attention over the last year, you can't buy them new. So um, everybody's heard of Rolex, probably Seiko, and Casio. There may be a few other brands that have been around that you've heard of, that I've heard of, but those are the main ones. So when I started, I bought a couple Seikos to start my collection, and there was nothing more behind the decision than, wow, I really like that dial color. And I found that I have been attracted to certain dial colors, and they are blue and orange. Don't ask me why, just happened to gravitate towards those. So when I was looking to buy another watch, I try to force myself into something that isn't what I would consider my normal purchase. So my watch collection has, I mean, it's been up and down as far as the number of watches, and I think I'm at a fairly good number right now, and I'll probably stay there. So whenever I do buy a watch, I try to force myself into a different dial color because I don't want to have just a bunch of blue watches. So I have a blue one, I have a black one, and when I was looking, I wanted a red dial to add to the collection. So the red dial I chose, I had seen several different ones, but the red dial that I chose was a Zelos Blood Moon Meteorite Titanium Diver. So I'll flip the camera here and show you in just a minute. But when I was looking for red dials, I had seen a few different ones, and many of them were way more money than I wanted to spend. And when this notification came out from Zelos that they were putting out a red dialed watch, I watched the website, and when they became available, I jumped on it. It's a titanium case with the Meteorite red dial that's PVD coated red. So it's something unique. So I'll show you here in a second and kind of give you my impressions of it. I won't give you details of diameters and widths and all that stuff. Just kind of a review of the watch, what I like and what I maybe don't like. So stick around, I'll flip it around. Hang on. And here it is, the Zelos Swordfish 40 Titanium Blood Moon Launch Edition, which is the red PVD coated Meteorite dial. And right away you see how striking that dial is. Goes from nearly a black to just a really shiny red, bright red, depending on which way the sun is. And that texture, if you really take a peek there, you can see how that thing will catch the light and shift depending on where you're at in relation to the light source. So really striking dial. Really appreciate it. So right out of the box, first impression, this thing is light. You don't get an appreciation for how light titanium is until you have one in your hand. This thing is very light. You can wear it all day, and you forget that it's there because it is so light. So first impressions on this, you have a very nice double deployment clasp with a whole slew of micro adjusts that you can work with there to fine tune this. The pins on this are just a screw, so it's easy to size this for yourself. And I have about a 7-inch wrist, so very easy to get this thing put together and show you how it looks and where it's comfortable on me. But again, just a striking dial. So a couple of things that I noticed besides the dial are the actual overall shape of the case itself. It has some really neat features on it, whereas this side is nice and smooth, minimalist. This side has some great shapes with those pyramid style shapes right there around the crown, on the crown guard. And then here on the lug, it tapers back down to the bracelet, which, as you can see, contours nicely around the case. This is also a quick release. You can see right here, just a simple, and you can quickly change the bracelet if you'd like to. Also gives us a nice look there at that case back, the swordfish. So all you have to do is to squeeze that, and then you're able to change the strap itself. So a great case design. The only thing, well, a couple things that I don't like. It is titanium, so it does scratch kind of easily. You can see I've got a few scratches there. I've got one on this side as well. And I haven't been overly cautious with this, but I haven't been abusive either. Titanium is kind of a soft metal. Some watchmakers can put a coating on there, or have put a coating on titanium to help with a scratch resistance. But as this was built for a certain price point, it's not there. So we'll have to see how this one handles the scratch resistance and scratches as it goes along. The other thing is the bezel action on this. If you listen real close, kind of sounds hollow, but it is very tight when you set it. There is no back play in this. There you can hear it. Again, kind of a very hollow sound. But it is what it is at this price point. Sorry about my lovely fingerprints there to take away from the beauty of that dial. But I'll give you a loom shot here. As you can see, great loom on this watch. So the watch has, as you can see, great loom and a great dial. It's a great addition to the collection. This watch, if you can find them, I don't know what they're going to cost on the secondary market. I didn't buy this one to sell it, so this one will be hopefully in my collection for a while. So let me know if you like this review of the watch. This is my first watch review. And if you'd like me to do some others, let me know. Drop a comment. I reply to all of them. I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching, and let me know if you want to see some more.